Hello, everyone. This is Tassif here, back with another live stream. And this is 10:03 p.m. And I am here um, tuning in for this live stream. So, sorry, I'm a little distracted because I have to get my laptop in order here. All right. And make sure that the mouse is working. All right, so I'm here, everyone. Thank you for joining me for the live stream. As you know, I was not able to do a live stream yesterday because of my travels, and I am back here today. And so I'm looking forward to having a great conversation with you all. I'm going to share my thoughts on a few issues, and I want to hear from you what your thoughts are. And so, as I always do, I'm going to wait for maybe a minute or two before I get started because I want to give an opportunity to people who may not have received the notifications yet. I don't know if the subscribers get notifications as I start my live stream or how people find out. So I just want to wait for a minute or two before I get started. So I see somebody has joined. My friends, as you are joining, please participate in the live chat. Write where you're from. If this is your first time, please introduce yourself. Write your first name and let me know how I should address you. And also talk about the weather. I know people from different parts of the country join my live stream, and not just different parts of the country, even from outside the US, people tune in for my live stream. So share with me where you are from, what American state, what city, what the weather is like, or if you're from outside the US, I want to know which country you're from. So please participate. We are past 2 minutes 30 seconds now. I'm going to wait for half minute more before I start. All right. I'm live streaming from my tablet today. And so the camera is actually on the side, which is what I'm looking at right now. But if I look straight, then you see me looking away from the camera. I'm not using my cell phone today. I'm doing it from my tablet in a vertical position, as you can see. All right, I'm going to get started here. My friends, the question that I want to ask today, and you don't have to be a lawyer to answer this. You don't have to be a judge. You don't have to be a legal professional, a legal scholar. You can be just, you can be an American with no knowledge, no legal expertise in law. Okay, as I said, you don't have to be a lawyer or a judge or a legal scholar or a law professor. You can be an American citizen experiencing life in America, experiencing everyday life, interacting with the people around you, and following the law, making sure that you're in compliance with the laws and rules of society. And you can still try to answer that question. The question is the justice system fair? Is it the justice system that we have in the US, is it fair? Okay, I know it's a very broad question, and I think people can probably write a book just to try to answer this question. And so I don't expect you to be able to answer this here on this live stream, but I want you to think, is the justice system fair? And when I say the justice system, I don't want to simplify it too much because I understand that it's pretty broad and it's hard to draw a conclusion because you have municipal courts, you have, county courthouses, you have Teresa is here. Teresa Ross writes, hi, Tassif. Hi, Teresa. So wonderful to see that you've joined. I missed doing live stream yesterday, but I'm here And Teresa is here. Teresa, how are things in Arizona? Please let me know how things are in Arizona. I see more people have joined. That is wonderful. See, this is the reason why I like to wait for a few minutes before I start the discussion, because I know that people will be joining as minutes go by. And so in the first 1 or 2 minutes, maybe not a lot of people join, but as time goes by, I see more and more people tuning in. And so it's wonderful to see that Teresa is here. Teresa, let us know about how things are going in Arizona, what the political situation is like, what the weather is like. Teresa writes, nice in Arizona, sunny. That's wonderful, Teresa. Thank you. So, as I was saying, when I asked the question, is the justice system fair? The justice system is huge, and so it's hard to answer whether the justice system is fair or not, because you've got, the state courts, you've got the federal court system, there are municipal courts, right? And so when I say the justice system, it may seem like I'm talking about the justice system overall, right? But that's why I say it's hard to answer that question. But overall, I think what I'm going to say is this is the United States of America. It's a country of law and order, right? We believe in the rule of law, and we expect that Americans will follow the law and just live lives without violating laws and rules. But obviously, in real life, we see that there are many violations of laws and rules taking place in society, which is why the court system has, in many cases, such a huge backlog of cases, and people are waiting to see the resolutions of various lawsuits all over the country. But anyway, I'm not gonna comment specifically on any particular state's court system or the federal court system in general or municipal courts, but it's more of a philosophical question, because and the reason I'm asking this question is because I see what's happening to Donald Trump. I see what's happening to a former president. And it's really sad. It's depressing. It's frustrating to see how Donald Trump is being treated by America's legal system, by America's justice system. And we want to have faith in the justice system, and we do. And I say that a lot. I say that I believe in the rule of law. I believe in law and order, and this is a country of law and order. But then you look at Donald Trump, and people lose hope. People feel like there's a lot of unfair things happening to Donald Trump in the legal system, in the justice system. Teresa writes, sometimes the most evil in this world are able to evade jail. Exactly, Teresa. Exactly. We see the failures in the justice system. Once again, I'm not a legal scholar. I don't have a JD degree. I'm not a lawyer. I've never appeared for a bar exam. Okay? I'm not a judge. I'm not a law professor. And I have worked closely with lawyers in my professional life. I have been around lawyers. I have many lawyer friends, both folks who, are engaged in private practice, as well as lawyers who work in the public, lawyers who work in government. I know a lot of people who are lawyers and they are lobbyists. I know a lot of lawyers who have law degrees, but they're doing other things. So I know many lawyers. I personally know them. Lawyers who are my friends, lawyers who are part of my professional network. But I am not a lawyer. I'm not a law professor. And the only reason I'm discussing this is because I am an American citizen, and our lives are touched by the legal system, right? So Have I received traffic citation in my life? Right? I have. I have received traffic citation. So I went to, I paid the fine, and so even something as small as that, right? You get a speeding ticket, okay, and you either pay it or you appear in court and ask for as the judge to you contest the ticket and you ask the judge to lower your fine. Even if you do something as simple as that, you are interacting with the justice system, with the legal system. So the legal system really touches each and every aspect of our life, right? And so we are a nation of law, we are a country of law and order, but when we see something like what's happening to Donald Trump in the legal system, people lose hope and people feel frustrated, and they think, if the justice system can be so unfair with such a great leader like Donald Trump, a former president, then how can people have faith in the justice system? So anyway, I feel like I'm going on and on and on without coming to my main point, which I'll get to in a second. JW is here. JW, great to see you. Thank you for being here. JW writes, yes, what's going on is ridiculous. So JW, you understand what I'm talking about, right? JW writes, it's so over the top, they wouldn't do this to a regular person. And Teresa writes, there are innocent people in jail who are falsely accused. Exactly, that's a great point, Teresa. It's a sad point, but it's a great point because you're pointing out the truth. I mean, there are cases, I'm not going to point out any particular case, but we know that there are cases where we see somebody who has been in jail for years for a crime that the person did not commit, and then the person eventually is released because maybe new evidence comes to light, or the case is somehow brought back to life, and somebody finds out, somebody makes a discovery that proves that the person who has been in prison for such a long time is actually innocent, and then the person is released. And so we see stuff like that, and when you look at what's happening to Donald Trump, people feel frustrated. I mean, I was looking at the report that there's this, I mean, it's all over the news, that Donald Trump may end up missing his son Barron's graduation. Donald Trump may end up missing his son's graduation. Donald Trump may not be able to attend his son's graduation just because there's going to be this trial which may require Trump to be in court on the day of his son's graduation. I mean, this is all right. I'm trying to be calm. I'm trying not to be angry. Okay. But this is just unacceptable. This is unacceptable. All right. First of all, I think Donald Trump is innocent. That's my belief. That's what I think he is. He is innocent. He hasn't done anything wrong. He has not committed any crime. He hasn't done anything wrong. So what's happening to Trump, what these prosecutors, they are doing to Trump, this is all political. All right? And I'm not the only one who thinks that way. And people are afraid. People are really afraid to see how these prosecutors and these lawyers and this justice system, how they are going after Trump, how they are trying to throw lawsuits after lawsuits at Trump, how they are trying to drag Trump to the court in such a way that our former president may end up missing his son's graduation. Okay? So is the justice system fair? I still believe that there are a lot of good people in the justice system, because I personally know a lot of people who studied law, who serve as judges because they believe in public service, because they want to help society, they want to do something good in the world, and because they want to make sure that criminals are prosecuted and the innocent can be free. Okay? So there are lots of good people out there who work in the legal system, who are a part of the legal system. So I'm not going to say that the justice system is unfair, but there are some big examples, prominent examples of how the justice system is penalizing innocent people. And Donald Trump, what's happening to Donald Trump is probably the most prominent, the most publicized example of that. I mean, the prosecutors and some of the people involved in the legal system, they are after Trump in such a severe way that they won't even, if they can, they'll make him miss his son's graduation. It hasn't happened yet, so I'm not gonna say for sure that Trump is definitely going to miss his son's graduation. I'm not gonna make a prediction here, but that's what it seems like when you follow the news. Trump may be stuck with a trial in such a way, the schedule may end up being such that he may end up missing his son's graduation. And it's a significant, what message does it send to the world? What message does it send to Barron Trump's generation? What are they going to learn? It's not just about Donald Trump and his young son who's about to graduate. It's a message to that generation. What is that generation, the young generation, going to think about our justice system if this is what's being done to an innocent former president? Let me look at the live chat window here. Oh, I see lots of comments. JW writes, sure, hello. Yes, I completely understand, so political. JW writes, yes, innocent people in jail, guilty people let out. That sadly, that's true in many cases. It does happen. People who are guilty, people who are violating laws and rules, they are out and enjoying life of freedom, while so many innocent people are behind bars, or they are stuck in complex cases in a way that they run out of money, they go bankrupt. That's another thing. An innocent individual may become involved in such a lawsuit. The legal system may go after an innocent individual in such a way that in order to prove that the person is actually, not guilty, that person may have to end up hiring expensive lawyers. And at the end of the process, maybe that person is able to prove his or her innocence, but that person loses money, maybe tens of thousands of dollars in the court system. Okay? So if you are an American citizen, completely innocent, but somehow there's a lawsuit where you may end up having to, that may result in you, hiring expensive lawyers to prove your innocence, and then what? And then, at the end of the day, you're free, you're innocent, but you've lost tens of thousands of dollars in the process. The legal system, by the bad actors, people who are involved in the legal system, but they don't have morality, they don't have ethics. They may use the justice system in such a way that innocent people may go bankrupt just trying to defend themselves. All right. JW writes, yes, that's ridiculous. They absolutely wouldn't do this to a regular person. Jim, good to see you, Jim. I know you're from the Chicago area, right? Jim writes, Trump should move his son's graduation to the streets of New York. That would be a great campaign move. Well, Jim, his son's graduation is actually in Florida because Trump now lives in Florida. So based on the report that I'm reading, the graduation ceremony is, I think, in Palm Beach, Florida. Anyway, Teresa writes, yes, it's all political. And then Janet writes, justice system is broken and twisted. Yeah. See, I am glad that everyone here, you're expressing your thoughts and opinions, your comments, and you're pointing out some really important things. You're pointing out the fact that many innocent people end up going to jail, and it may be a long time before they can get out of the legal complications. Like, as I mentioned, there are many people who end up going to jail for years, in prison for years, and finally maybe they get their freedom back after their innocence is proven, but years from their lives are already lost. And then there are many people who get stuck in cases and they end up spending a ton of money on lawyers. So at the end of the day, they may still be free, but lawsuits make them go bankrupt. I mean, this is sad. It is sad. And even in everyday life, if you think about it, there are people out there who have court orders that they don't follow. We see cases of child support and alimony a lot, right? People who who have been asked to pay child support or alimony and they don't pay that and they somehow evade the system. It happens, a lot. And people suffer as a result. So by the way, just going back to the question again, is the justice system fair or not? I'm not gonna draw an overall conclusion and say that the justice system is fair or it is not fair. But I'm gonna say that there are many issues in the justice system right now. There are many issues, not just at the federal level, but at the state level, even at the local level. And so, as a society, I think there are many things that we need to improve. And this is something that as a society we need to pay attention to. And we know that this is something that can be fixed. It just requires bold leadership and good policymakers and good lawyers. Okay, good lawyers. Every profession, I think in every profession, you're going to see some people who are pursuing that profession just because they want to make money and be rich. And then there are others who are pursuing a profession because they believe in the power of good, and they believe that by pursuing that particular profession, they're going to be able to help society. So for example, doctors. I know many doctors, and I'm a healthcare policy analyst by training. I studied healthcare policies, obviously. I know many doctors. And I know that there are doctors who pursue that profession and they choose specialties where they can make a lot of money because they want to make money, right? I mean, depending on what specialty a medical student chooses, after graduation, after becoming a doctor, that person can make a lot of money. There are doctors who make millions. But then there are many doctors who are in the profession, who are in the medical profession because they really want to help people, because they want to alleviate pain, they want to treat those who are suffering from illnesses, because they want to advance the practice of medicine, because they want to inspire future generation of doctors, because they want to learn and they want to spread their knowledge, because they want to help make advancements in medicine. So there are many doctors who go through medical school, they go through their residency and fellowship, not because they want to make a lot of money at the end of the day, but because they really want to help people. And if in the process of helping people you make a decent income, that is wonderful, right? I mean, earning money, making money is not a is I mean it's not a crime. It's not something that's wrong. Making money is okay, but it's all about the intent. I mean, do you want to be a teacher because you want to teach kids? Do you want to be a teacher because you want to spread knowledge? Do you want to be a doctor because you want to help people? You want to treat patients? You want to find cures? Similarly, do you want to be a lawyer because you want to improve the legal system, because you want to make sure that the innocent can remain free and that criminals, people who have engaged in wrongdoing, that they get penalized? Or do you want to be a lawyer because you want to make a lot of money? Do you want to be a doctor because you want to make a lot of money? It's all about the intent, right? The intent is important. And I will tell you, I personally have seen many lawyers and many doctors who are in that profession, in the profession that they are in, because they really want to make the world a better place. So, and if in the process they make money, that's great. That's great. Louis is here. Welcome, Louis. Glad to see that you're here. Louis is here. And Louis writes, very sad and scary what they are doing to President Trump and to many people on the right side. Exactly. As I started this live stream today, I really didn't have my thoughts organized. And as I've said before, I do these live streams because most of the time I just say what's on my mind. Okay, this is not scripted. This is not, I don't have a speech ready. I don't have, for today, I don't even have usually if I have lots of different topics that I wish to cover during a live stream, maybe I'll write them down, not in details, but just bullet points. By the way, I am really sorry if you see me, with a tissue or a napkin. I'm suffering from allergies. I don't know if you can tell from my eyes and from my frequent, this. So my eyes and my nose gets itchy because this is spring and this is allergy season for me. Anyway, it just bothers me so much. I'm taking allergy medication, but you can't really fight nature, right? You can take take nasal spray, you can take allergy medication, but you really can't fight nature. Pamela is here. Pamela, glad to see that you're here. Thank you for joining. I'm glad that you're here for the live stream. Welcome. So as I was saying, if I have like 3 or 4 or 5 points that I want to discuss during a live stream, I'll usually write down those points, like really quick bullet points, but I don't usually have a script or a speech. And I think you can tell. I think you understand that because the way I speak, I'm not like, I don't have a teleprompter here, right? I don't have like a speech prepared that I'm sitting here like a robot and reading. Their goal, I want this to be like a conversation. So as I planned this live stream today, even as of, I started this live stream at around 10 p.m. Even half hour before the live stream, I was outside. I drove back home from another city and got here, came home and just decided, hey, I'm gonna do a live stream in half hour or less than half hour at 10. And so when I started this, I didn't really have my thoughts organized because there's really nothing to organize here. I'm just expressing my views, and I see how Trump is being treated. And this is scary. As somebody mentioned, this is scary because Trump is a billionaire. Trump is a billionaire. He is extremely popular. He's got lots of supporters. He's got lots of friends. He's got lots of resources. He's got lots of lawyers, and he has the financial strength to be able to fight lawsuits that are being thrown towards him. But think about an average American with modest savings, an average American maybe who, and even an American who maybe is living paycheck to paycheck. If those individuals, everyday Americans, if they somehow get tangled up in the legal system, in spite of being innocent, if cases are thrown at them, if they become tangled up in lawsuits, being innocent, how are they going to defend themselves? How are they going to find the resources to hire lawyers to untangle themselves from complex legal cases? And so I think people are very scared when they see what's happening to Trump. And Trump has said this before. Trump said, if they can do this to me, imagine what they're going to do to you. Exactly. The way these prosecutors and these politically motivated lawyers are going after Trump, cases after cases after cases. And this is happening to Trump because Trump is a conservative, because he's a Republican, because he's a strong political candidate, because he was a great president, and he's on his way to becoming the president again. So if this is what people can do to Trump, what can they do to an average American? So this is very scary. JW writes technical difficulties. Oh, really? Okay, I'm sorry. Pamela writes, it's lagging, the stream is, or is it me? JW writes, Toss, if your voice keeps getting muted. JW writes, Toss, if your voice is going on and off the last couple of minutes. So I'm very sorry if this is happening. I don't know why this is happening. Pamela writes, tech issues. Yeah, my device is charged, and my internet, I have great internet service, so I'm not sure why there's technical difficulties. It may be some issue beyond my control. Louis writes, thanks for allowing this platform to be interactive with people. This is rare format, making it organic meeting. This is an organic meeting, it is. JW writes, yes, Louis, Tossif tries to make this a community. It's pretty nice. Yes, I do. I do try to make it a community. I don't want to be the only. JW writes, we can only hear about half. Okay, I'm sorry if there's a technical difficulty. I'm really sorry. Anyway, what I may end up doing is maybe I'll keep this live stream short, and maybe I'll figure out what's going on, and then I'll try to do a live stream tomorrow. Okay, I plan to do a live stream tomorrow. So tomorrow there's going to be a live stream. I'm going to keep this live stream short. Okay, I'm going to do one tomorrow. I don't know why there's technical difficulty. I have great internet connection. Okay, I have great internet connection, and my device is charged. I know that I ran into an issue a few days ago where we were doing a live stream, but sadly my device was running out of charge. It was running low on battery. Anyway, my device is charged today, and I have great internet connection. So if there's an issue, it may be just a bigger issue with it may be an issue beyond my control. Pamela writes, Toss, if it sounds good now. JW writes, does it sound normal for the rest of the people? Okay, great. But anyway, my friends, I may keep this live stream a little short, okay? So I may end this before we get to an hour. And so I just want to let you know that. but I'm going to be doing a live stream tomorrow, and I'll have a lot more to discuss tomorrow, okay? And so please stay tuned. I would appreciate that. Okay, so as I was saying, when people see what's happening to Trump, people get really worried, and naturally, it's a natural reaction. If people are worried, it's a natural reaction. And so the question is the justice system fair? In many cases, it's not, but in many cases, it is. And what that means is that the justice system needs to be improved. And policymakers, good lawyers, good legal scholars, judges, and the people in general must work towards having a society in which the justice system can reach greater levels of transparency and fairness. So that's really the point. And by the way, as Louis said, I really try to make this a platform so that people can interact. And that's why I'm always paying attention to the live chat. And, I'm glad that you all participate, because without you, this wouldn't be what it is. If I'm the only one speaking and no one's participating in the live chat, then this wouldn't be a great community. But I think it is becoming a stronger and stronger community. So because you all are joining, you all are being a part of this. So anyway, I may keep this one a little short, and I'm gonna have a really busy day tomorrow, and I have a few things I need to take care of yet tonight after this live stream. So I'm going to keep this short, and I will come back tomorrow. So my goal is always to stay and do this live stream for as long as I can. So I don't limit myself to half hour or to 1 hour or to 1 hour 30 minutes. I try to do the live stream as long as I possibly can, and as long as people are interested. But tonight I have a few things I need to do after this, so I'll keep it a little short. I hope you all understand it. But thanks for your continued support. I really appreciate that. Pamela writes, Toss, if I see all this mess in the world, especially what's happening to Trump, and I'm sad things are going too fast. Yeah, it is really sad. Give me 1 second. I'll be back in a minute, okay? All right, I am back. Sorry for that interruption. Yeah, you were probably wondering where I went. I just had to go to the next room. So Pamela writes, how is everyone? That's a great question. We got involved in such a serious topic that we really didn't get to discuss how everyone's doing. JW, I see your comment. You're writing, yes, I just feel I can barely recognize the legal system anymore. That is true. That is true. But we have to have hope. So my friends, I'm going to make a few concluding remarks now before I end this live stream. We have to have hope. We have to feel positive. And no matter how many problems I discuss, I always say that we have to have hope. We have to think optimistic. We have to think positive, because if we don't do that, we're going to lose our energy. We're going to lose our momentum. The momentum is on Trump's side. The momentum is on the side of freedom-loving Americans. So I think more and more people are realizing the problems that we're facing. So I am hoping that in November of 2024, we are going to elect Donald Trump again, and we will regain the majority in the Senate, the GOP will, and that we will grow the size of our majority in the House of Representatives. So that's my belief, that's my hope, that's my expectation. And it's important for people to stay involved and to stay engaged in this process. And let me tell you one other thing. It's because of Trump that we have a conservative majority in the US Supreme Court. It's because of Trump, okay? And so let's remember that. We have to regain the majority in the Senate, and we have to elect Trump, because if Trump is elected, if we regain the majority in the Senate, then it's a way to ensure that the conservative majority in the Supreme Court remains. Because if there's a vacancy in the Supreme Court in the future, if a justice decides to retire, in that case, it's going to be the president who makes a nomination for a new justice, and it'll be the Senate working on that nomination to confirm a justice. So it's important for the Republicans to regain the majority in the Senate, and it's important to have a Republican president, that is Donald Trump. So, just a few points I wanted to make. And Pamela writes, stay positive, stay strong, and stay safe. Louis writes, we are doing great here in Oklahoma. Good night to all. And then Louis writes, God is on the side of good people. Exactly. So that's a great point, Louis. Thank you. So my friends, I'm sorry I'm having to end this live stream a little early, just because I need to take care of a few things still tonight. And I didn't want to miss doing the live stream, but please know that I will be back doing a live stream tomorrow. So please stay connected. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for making this community stronger each day. So thank you all. I appreciate you being here. I will be back again with more videos, more live stream. Please stay connected and have a wonderful night, everyone. Thank you so much.